She was born in Portsmouth, Virginia, because my grandpa was in the Navy. They lived in California, in Virginia and other places, and then they finally came back to Oklahoma. U.S. Grant is where she graduated high school, and she was the first full 4-year class that graduated from U.S. Grant High School. She helped raise her siblings, Skip was the oldest, then my mom, then Carol, then Ronnie, and then Earl. My grandpa took her and her sister Carol over to where my dad lived at with his sister, and that's how they met, because he was going over to have his car worked on. So they dated from 58, 59, then married in January of 1960. And then I was born in December of 61. And right after that's when she was diagnosed with cancer. She had a tumor on her vocal cord. And they didn't really know what to do with it. So they just let it go. And her windpipes collapsed. They rushed her to the hospital, the doctor come in, and then rushed her to surgery, and they had to take out her vocal cords, her voice box. So she couldn't eat for over 18 years. And so she got better. And then when I was about 2.5, it came back. After Scotty was born, she was so sick she wouldn't let them do any treatments on her because she was worried about him. And then they just told Dad to take her home. She's going to die. And Mom said she wasn't going to die because she wanted to raise her kids. But the funny thing about all that is that she's in the hospital and she's close to death. This Reverend Bean was this guy's name, and he lived at the corner of our street. We lived about 7 or 8 houses off the corner. He went up to the hospital and he prayed for her. And when he was done, she looked up and she says, told my dad and everybody, she goes, "You're not going to believe this." She goes, "But I'm cured." She goes, "I'm cured." She goes, "I'm getting better." She goes, I can feel it. That God just put his hand on me. I'm cured. And sure enough, within a few months she was up and she was done. Cancer's gone. I mean, in her lifetime, she probably, there's no doubt she had over 100 major surgeries. They did 25 surgeries in 24 months to rebuild her esophagus. And the first thing she ate was an old-fashioned hamburger from Wendy's. So she started a card ministry, basically, where she would send out like birthday cards, anniversary cards, get well soon card, whatever it was, spiritual poem, and attach it in there and send it to people. Every year, they still talk about her at the church to this day. It's funny how they all knew her. And the last time she was in the hospital, she just told me she was tired. I told her, I said, "Well, get some rest." She said, "No." She goes, "I'm tired." She goes, "I'm tired of fighting. I've been fighting my whole life. My kids are gone. I'm tired." And that's kind of a hard thing to hear, But I said, Mom, I said, "You fought the fight." I said, "It's okay. We'll make it."